Quick question, and be honest, how many of these idioms have you actually heard in real life? It's raining cats and dogs, burn the midnight oil, hold your horses, and the list goes on. These are the exact idioms that they teach you in English class, and they're not necessarily wrong, but here's the thing, most native English speakers do not speak like this anymore. You'll definitely hear it from time to time, but it's way less often. Those phrases are a bit old school and outdated now. Today, I'm going to share with you 15 modern-day idioms that people use in real conversations with their friends and coworkers. These are completely different than the old-school versions that you've heard and learned. Some of these idioms may surprise you because you'll rarely see it in English textbooks, but I hear it on a regular basis and use it casually all the time. And here's the deal. At the end of the video, I'm going to put you to the test. There's a mini quiz to see how you actually absorbed everything I've taught you to see if you really understand all the idioms well. So don't just watch passively, make sure to pay extra attention. You'll want to stick around. Let's get into it. Before we start, I want to make it clear what makes these idioms really different. The classic textbook idioms that you probably heard, like it's raining cats and dogs, bite the bullet, it costs an arm and a leg. Most speakers, of course, we know them, but they become a bit of a cliche at this point. You'll probably hear these phrases in a children's cartoon before you actually really hear it in real life conversations now. The phrases I'm sharing with you today are embedded in real life conversations. Some of these come from the workplace or in everyday conversations or from personal or emotional moments. Alright, let's begin. The first one is nip it in the bud. This means to stop a problem early before it gets worse. The image comes from gardening. You snip a bud off a plant before it grows into something that's difficult to manage. For example, I noticed that my team was missing deadlines, so I called a team meeting to nip it in the bud before it gets worse. This one could be utilized really well in professional environments. It signals that you're being proactive and that you're being cautious about noticing something before it gets really worse. The second one is in the trenches. This one comes from a military language because soldiers literally fought in the trenches in World War I. Today, in modern day language, it means that you're doing the hard work, you're very hands-on, and that you are going through a really tough time trying to accomplish it. There's no glamour, there's no glory, just grinding through it. For example, I've been in the trenches with this project for weeks. So many long nights, so many endless edits, but I'm almost done with it. You'll hear a lot of people talking about this with their jobs. It signals effort and dedication, and it has kind of a solidarity to it, kind of like we're all in this together. This third idiom is called a hard pill to swallow. This means something that is difficult to accept, whether it's emotionally or physically. Maybe it's like bad news, a tough truth, or feedback you did not want to hear. For example, finding out that I did not get the promotion was a hard pill to swallow, but it motivated me to work harder next time. It's a very natural and empathetic phrase. You can also use it to soften something you're about to say. For example, I know this is a really hard pill to swallow, but, and then you follow it with some bad news. This next idiom I really like. It's called speak of the devil, and apparently it's really universal in many different countries. This one is often used in casual conversations. It means that the person we were just talking about suddenly appeared. It's always said in the moment with a bit of like, oh my god, I can't believe it actually happened. For example, I was just telling Sarah about your job, and then suddenly she walked through the door. It's a very playful phrase and not meant to be rude at all, and the timing definitely matters whenever you say it. You literally say it the second that the person walks in. It's really great during social situations. This next idiom is called water under the bridge. This means that something from the past no longer matters anymore. Basically, it's over. It's done with. We've moved on. Picture the image of water flowing under the bridge and disappearing. You can no longer see it or hold on to it. For example, we had a big argument last year, but now it's water under the bridge. I moved on and we're completely fine now. It's a really gracious and mature phrase. You want to use it to show that you're not holding any grudges with this person. Native speakers tend to use this phrase whenever they want to show that they've resolved old tensions. This next one is move the needle. This one is huge in business and professional contexts. It means to make a meaningful and noticeable difference. Picture a meter. You want your efforts to really shift the reading, and not just like busy or productive. For example, we tried 3 different strategies. Nothing really seemed to move the needle or increase sales. If someone tells you that your work is moving the needle, that's a genuine compliment. It means that you're creating real impact and not just doing the activity. Moving on, we have out of the blue. This means that something happened unexpectedly without any warning, like something dropping from the clear blue sky. For example, my old friend from university who I haven't heard from in years just called me out of the blue. This one is extremely common in storytelling. Anytime someone surprises you, you can use this phrase. It's simple, clean, and very natural. Okay, now we have take the plunge. This means to finally do something bold or scary. It might be something that you've been hesitating about doing for a while and you're finally taking the leap. Imagine standing at the edge of the water and you're finally going to jump into it. For example, I've been thinking about starting my own business for a while now, and last month I finally took the plunge. This idiom carries real energy. It implies a lot of courage and commitment. You want to use this phrase whenever you or someone is actually going for something huge. The next one is push to the edge. This means stressing someone or pressuring them to the absolute limit, the point where they might actually break, snap, or completely lose it. For example, the constant criticism from my manager was really pushing me to the edge. I had to have an honest conversation with him about it. You want to use this carefully because it describes an emotional and intense type of feeling, but it's real and it's common. And knowing this phrase will help you recognize when someone is really struggling. Okay, we are at idiom number 10. This one is shoot your shot. It's very slang and very modern. It means to try something even when you're not sure it's going to work out, but you take that chance anyways. The phrase originally came from basketball, but it can be used in many different contexts, from career moves and different social situations like dating. For example, I didn't think I was qualified for the job, but I decided to apply anyways. You have to shoot your shot, right? This phrase is very natural and common in everyday conversations, especially with younger people. It has a bit of an optimistic, go for it type of energy. Okay, this idiom is interesting. It's called cave in. This means to give up resistance or surrender to pressure. Imagine the walls of a cave finally collapsing in. For example, I wasn't going to go out tonight, but my friend begged me and I finally caved in and said yes. It's worth mentioning that cave in doesn't imply weakness at all. Sometimes it means just being flexible or just choosing your battles. Depending on the conversation, the context will really tell you what it kind of means. And now we have dodge a bullet. This means you're narrowly avoiding something bad, like a disaster, a mistake, a terrible situation that was about to happen. For example, we almost signed a contract with this company, but it turns out a few months later, they went bankrupt. We really dodged a bullet. This phrase kind of comes with a sense of relief, like, thank goodness. You will hear people say this after a near-miss situation. Whether it's professional or personal, they're just grateful that it did not happen. Okay, we are going into the next idiom, and this one is charge my battery, or you can say recharge my battery too. This means to rest and recover your energy. For example, I took the weekend offline. I needed to really recharge my batteries and be in nature again. I just needed a digital detox and to recharge my batteries again. This is very modern and very relatable, especially in this social media age. You can also think about flipping it too. For example, I'm running on empty battery. Both are completely natural to use in your conversations. Okay, this one is called dim your light. This is one of the most emotionally rich idioms that you may hear. It means that you are making yourself smaller or less visible because you want to make someone feel less uncomfortable or threatened by your success and confidence. For example, I didn't speak so much about my accomplishments at work to my friends, and I noticed that I was just dimming my light to make them feel more comfortable. This one is often used in conversations about self-worth, authenticity, and confidence. It's a really powerful phrase and powerful concept. You want to make sure to never dim your light. Okay, finally, we are at the last idiom, kill some time. This means to fill up a gap or free time while you are waiting on someone or something. For example, my flight was delayed for 2 hours, so I was killing some time walking around the airport. It's casual, everyday, and very universal. You will really hear this often in TV shows and movies because it's so often used. Okay, you finally made it through the list. Now it's quiz time. I'm going to give you 4 scenarios and you have to tell me the correct answer. Make sure to pause the video if you need a bit of time to think about it, but no pressure at all. Are you ready? If you got 1 out of 2 correct, not bad at all. Replay this video as much as you want and you'll get there soon enough. I hope you found these 15 idioms really fascinating and useful to use in your conversations. Now you know not just what they mean, but how to use them. Here's your challenge. Pick 3 idioms that you learned from the video and use it in your next conversation. With a friend, a coworker, or in a text message, the fastest way to own a new idiom is to say the phrase out loud. If you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I aim to post a new video almost every week to help you move from correct English to a genuinely natural English. And if you want to see more videos like this, leave me a note in the comments section. See you in the next one.